Right then, help everyone. So today we are doing the oil pickup O-ring seal on my Insignia. So this is quite common. These harden over time, harden because of the diesel that gets into the oil. These harden, and then you get technically you get oil in your air, air in your oil, aeration. This fails, slow oil pressure, big end goes, engine seizes up, which, anyway, you can Google that. So, to change that, put that back in there, keep that safe. Get it car jacked up safely. I would pull this hub off so you can move your drive shaft underneath the car. You want to first of all remove your exhaust. You can take off these two bolts. So by releasing the hub, the drive shaft will fall out of the gearbox. So drain your gearbox first, drain your engine. When you release these bolts here, which I think are 13mm bolts, when you release those, the drive shaft will just fall out. It'll just pull out of the gearbox. And then once it slides out the gearbox, you can then undo these 15mm bolts here. So 13, 15, that'll move out the way. You can see there that it's all pulled out of the gearbox, all out the way. You've got your T50 Torx bolts all around the sump, which are not as tight as you think they're going to be. I wasted about 20 minutes pissing about. So up in there, they're T40s, not 50s. They're smaller. And on mine, no, I didn't have to drill. Sometimes people got to drill these, get the gearbox. If you rotate the engine round using a socket, there's actually a slot in the flywheel, so you can reach through the flywheel to get that T40 bolt. One there, and then there's one there and one there. I'll just take it out. So yeah, Torx bolts. You've got another Torx bolt going from the sump to the gearbox. One there and one there. So I'm now up here. You got a connector. Pull the connector off. That's your. I have no idea what that is, but it's a 10mm bolt there. That should just pop off now. So now I'm going to pull the sump off, put the phone down, pull the sump off, get the phone, show you what's going on, and hopefully this sump now should just drop off once I loosen all these Torx bolts, and that should be it. So yeah, move your drive shaft, get rid of your fluids, get rid of the exhaust, and undo these Torx bolts, and you're off. So let's do that then. There you go. That's the sump off. And down in here, which my phone is really not happy today, is it? There you go. So, just to explain this is the new seal. So that seal actually goes onto there. And the supposedly, when this goes hard, it doesn't seal properly, and you get air. So the actual oil pickup goes right down into the bottom of the sump, which is like right down here. So if it's sucking oil up, so it's sucking oil, which goes to the pump, which goes up to like 40, 50 psi around the engine, around the bearings. And if you let air get in there, you get air in your oil, aeration, and then the oil will not protect the bearings. And then also, if that fully fails, you get no oil whatsoever, because it's just sucking air, because it's not sucking oil from the bottom. So this is a new one, which is quite soft and pliable. Well, I'll say it's new. It's been sat in that bag for God knows how many years. But yeah, soft and pliable. What I might do is I might take all this apart, and there's actually on the bottom of the oil pickup there should be a screen, a little filter. So I'm gonna have a look at that in a minute. And then under the car, there you go. So your crankshaft, your cum rods, cum rod caps, and there it is. So on mine, that's a bit of oil. It actually looks fine, but straight away I can tell it is rock hard. You see, it's like solid, absolutely solid. And supposedly that's the diesel. The diesel in your oil reacts with plastic, reacts with rubber. God, it's like brittle. So yeah, this is done 120,000 miles, 2009. So yeah, and plus when your car does a regen, it dumps diesel in your oil. It's just a byproduct. So bear that in mind. So yeah, I'm glad I'm doing this. So I'm going to pull that out, put the new one in. I was thinking of pulling the caps off to check the bearings. Now, side to side play like that, that's fine. But up and down play, which I can't quite do. And that feels alright. If your engine were knocking, that's up and down play. It's banging the hell out of the bearings, or the bearings have gone and it's destroying your comrades and your crank. Right, so I might give this a little clean. I've got to get all this off, all this gunge off, all the old gasket. Get all that off. Fit the new seal, get the gunge off, give it a clean. So I've just got the sump upside down, sort of draining. There's a lot of gunk in the bottom of there, just old oil. Thick old oil, which is... Anyway. So that's just draining slowly. I'm going to give that a clean out once that's finished draining. The windows tray is off, so I'll give that a clean. And then this is the oil pickup pipe. So I took this off because I wanted to check the little filter in the bottom. Which, my phone, come on phone. Anyway, that steel mesh there that it won't focus on is all nice and clean. That's really, really good. If you'd had like a catastrophic failure, that'd be full of metal. Sometimes if you put too much silicone on, if the previous owner had put too much silicone on the sump, you might get excess silicone actually in there that's come loose and gone in your sump. So yeah, all sorts of different horror stories. So that's nice and clean, that's good. So I'm just going to clean everything, put in the new seal obviously, which I've repeated a few times now, and then rebuild it and put back together.